Hi Virgos, how we doing? I hope we're all doing well. This is going to be your weekly read from the 27th to August 2nd. All right, we do have a full moon coming out, I think the 29th. So we're going to be using the Moonology manifestation, not quite the trigger warnings this week. So hopefully all is well. All right, what do we have going on for those beautiful Virgos this week? What is it they need to know? That one popping out. Open up to change. I like that. New moon in Aquarius. And trust all will be well. So maybe you need to open up to some sort of change. And some of it has to do with trusting that everything's going to kind of work out the way it's supposed to. And I feel like it might be some kind of judgment call, especially if there's been like a lot of competition or conflict around you. So maybe there is something changing. You know, with those Six of Swords, maybe you're moving past some kind of emotional turmoil into calmer water, so to speak. All right. What do we have going on for my beautiful Virgos this week? Ooh, we have that Eight of Cups. I feel like you're setting some kind of boundary, or you're at least being very clear about, I feel like, what actions to take with that Three of Cups. It's normally like a get out, go out with your friends, but I also feel like it's kind of like getting very clear about where your emotions are at. We have the Eight of Cups. I feel like it's kind of you walking away from something, or just allowing some change in, because my pretty little kitty here is not really walking away. He is embracing these Three Cups with those Five Cups on the bottom. And then you have that moon. And black cats to me are like good luck. So I feel like it's kind of like good luck coming in your way, you know? But you're going to have to take some inspired action with that Page of Wands. And then we have the Ten of Wands. It's like kind of holding on to some kind of burden. Might be a choice. I feel like this is changing. Let's see what else is going on. Ooh, healing going on. There's that Five of Wands coming back out. And that Three of Cups. The Knight of Wands wanted to come out too. It's like having some kind of inner strength to spark a new idea. And I feel like that Page of Wands is like that planting of the seed. You know, there might be options and opportunities coming your way. And I feel like they're kind of stacking up. But I feel like this is about growth. Maybe so much not money, but more about growth and allowing something to be nurtured. So I feel like whatever it is, you're opening up to change and trusting that it all be well. I feel like it's something that you're embracing right now, especially with the Star and the Eight of Cups right there. It's like you're moving forward, and you're healing. Or you're at least allowing your wishes to come out. You know, making your own mark. This could be just that first spark of an idea and trying to gather the work or collaborate. I feel like I'm all spacey on Virgo's read. So I want to say this, but it's like you have a click or a spark of an idea, and that page is like that first step. And then knowing that you have people behind you. It's kind of like a supportive energy, you know? And then I feel like whatever you feel like is a burden right now with that 10 of Wands. I feel like community is going to be there to help with that 3 of Cups. It's kind of like embracing something new, you know, but it's about being open to the ideas and the possibilities in which something changed. This could just be you changing like a whole different direction. It's like you being super secretive this week, kind of holding everything to yourself and, you know, waiting for that sun to set type of energy. And you got the 7 of Swords, the birth. This could be you plotting and planning some kind of ending or just some kind of transformation this week. Very interesting read. It's like a knowing. It's like knowing a direction that you're wanting to go and putting that step forward. There's a little bit of fear there, that burden, but as long as you keep holding that one, I feel like you can keep inching forward. Because what you see is you see that star. And then you're starting to build that with that 5 of Wands. And I feel like it's going to be celebrations with that 3 of Cups. I don't know why I feel a choice or a decision coming up. Red might be significant for some reason this week. Maybe your root chakra. The Sun card doesn't come out very often on this deck, so this is really interesting. It's like you got to go through each layer in order to kind of find your happiness this week. And that does require a lot of change. But first it comes with an inspiration, an idea, a moment, you know. That might not be a very joyous moment, but the Sun is still the happiest card in the deck. But I feel like whatever that moment is, it puts you in this type of energy where I feel like you can just take on the world. I don't know why I'm feeling that way. It's kind of a weird setup, but I really like it. And I think that's part of being open to change, just trusting that everything's going to be okay. Whatever this inspiration is, this Page of Swords is, I feel like that's the changing message, the changing moment, the moment that you hear something and it just kind of is awe-inspiring. And then everything starts to click in some kind of direction. And it really has to be something between your emotions and your passion that needs to align somewhere. I don't know where that is yet. But I feel like trusting that it's all kind of working out under the surface is part of it. I know that's a really weird one, but that's what I have for you. It's very odd, but I like it. All right. Let's go to the love portion. All right. If you guys do enjoy this love little portion, like, please leave me a comment and let me know. All right. What do we got going on for Virgo? What do we have going on for Virgos? We have celebration, fear, and divine timing. Interesting. Okay. And then ask your angels. See? Ask for help if you need to. Good time comes from hard work. Time spent in good company. So I feel like whatever the emotional or the even passionate because I feel like that's just kind of like balanced out a lot of it. There's not a lot of grounding in that. So there's not a lot of pentacles. And I think that's part of what you need to put into it is that pentacles, the work, the stability of the situation. And such a weird situation, guys. Fear, expecting the worst, afraid of failure, wasting time on negative thoughts. Yeah, don't focus on fear. So fear is an interesting thing. Everybody fails at something every once in a while, and that's okay. That's how you learn. That's how you grow. But not trying again is a totally different concept. So say you're knitting for the first time, which I'm not good at. And you're not good at it and you feel like you failed, that's okay. You might get it that second time. And you can rinse and repeat that for any process that you're doing. As long as it's something you care enough about or you're passionate enough about, you should keep pushing through that. Okay. And then we have divine timing. Everything has a higher purpose. So it's kind of, I feel like once you start putting the work into sorting out the emotions and the passion and the drive to do something, and you start really putting the work into it, you start to have this type of celebration, and when you get that, there's a little bit of fear that comes with it. And I think you should put that fear off to the side and know that everything has a purpose and everything has a reason. And if you feel like you're in this position of fear, you can always ask your angels for guidance. I know that's a super weird message this week, but it kind of is what it is. I feel like maybe you shouldn't be holding back and you should keep pushing forward this week for whatever that is. This could be work, love, career, a hobby. This could be you planting your first plant. Learning how to put a piece of furniture together. But energy is fluid. It changes all the time. And I feel like this is also the weirdest read I've had today. So, yeah. There's your Three of Cups. Get out. Celebrate. Allow yourself to take a chance. Knowing that you trust yourself with that High Priestess. Because it came out this way. I'm not going to take a reversal. But I feel like this is all about putting the hard work in. Because if you're not putting any work in, you're not going to get that celebration. Thank you. Hard work, dedication, ideas, concepts, dreams, movement. You start to push yourself into what you desire and what you're passionate about. And then you're going to start seeing victories with that Six of Wands. With the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords tells me that something is coming to some kind of conclusion and restarting. And whether or not it's you maybe fear, worry about finances, fear, worry about stability is kind of ending, or this could just be some kind of change in job or career path, something along that lines. But whatever it is, I feel like sometimes you're going to have to take a break from that and just kind of re-strategize and replan. I feel like the universe is telling you not to hold back, to be open to change. You have new chapters coming up. So what is it you're going to do with it? The Hermit and the Death. I think it's telling you to break free. Break free from holding all that energy back and allow something to transform. So this week is definitely being open up to change. And really, I feel like balancing out your desires and your passions with your inner emotions and trying to get them grounded and stable. And it's knowing that trusting everything will be okay. And I feel like it's a week not to be anxious. Even though we didn't see the Nine of Swords, it's kind of like a tie together. Like the more you open up to change, the more the world is going to surprise you this week. But allow for that to come in and put the hard work in. And the more hard work, the more you're able to celebrate. The more you're able to celebrate, the more you can kind of like push yourself forward into doing new things, having new ideas, and making action towards those ideas. And it's really about trusting yourself, trusting the timing with the High Priestess. That victory will eventually come. So that's what I have for you, beautiful Virgos. Not much of a love read, but, we're going to go with it. I will be doing your monthlies, I think, sometime next week. So be on the lookout for those. All right. I'll see you later.